Hi everyone, and welcome to Morning Coffee Break. It's a beautiful day. It looks like there was a little bit of frost this morning, but it wasn't a hard frost or anything like that, and it didn't affect any of my flowers or the garden. As a matter of fact, the kale, and I'm not going to do a whole garden update, but I am proud that this kale and turnips are starting to look better. So I want to show you that anyway. If you've been watching this, when I've shown these pretty much daily since I transplanted them, they look dead several days. From shock from transplanting and stuff. Plus they weren't used to the full sun they're getting over here compared to the shade they were in back the other place they were over here. But the kale especially is really perked up, and these turnips look like they're doing better too. I imagine all of them are turnips. I can't tell. I've never grown either one, so this is something new to me, but they're looking good. And of course this is where I got them from, and I'm afraid to do much with this. I don't know. I wish I could have transplanted all this. Next time I'll plant this in rows. I don't know if it'll do very good being this crowded. The turnips probably be like radishes when they're too close. They won't, they'll be skinny. But I just wanted to show that little bit. I know I did an update yesterday. Got a bunch more flowers off the stump flowers yesterday to dry. And once again, I want to congratulate the winners to my first stump flower seeds giveaway, Garbear's Variety and Brenda Richardson. Brenda, I need your address soon so I can get that to you. I put my email in the comment that you asked for it. And I'm about ready to send out Garbear's. I just got one little more detail about her address. So Garbear, I just need to know, you had 2 cities down. I need to know the city that you live in. I got your address, your home address, the street address, and I got your zip code. But you had 2 different names down for the city, I think. You know what I'm talking about. So let me know. I know you'll probably watch this. So. Yeah, it was, when I got up, it was 37. It's supposed to be a high of 70 today. So that's a pretty big range from low to high. I sure do have my coffee this morning, but I can't drink as much as I was. I'm not going to drink it all day, and I can drink it. My doctor said I can drink it, but he said I need to drink the 4 bottles of water a day. So I can drink more coffee if I wanted to later, but I still don't want to drink as much as I was. Ooh. There's a plane. It's pretty low, y'all. Look at there. There's 2 of them. What is that? And there's one. Boy, that's awful close to each other. Okay, I'm going to turn back to these 2. I don't know what those are doing. Look up there. They're barely moving. There's 2 planes. I hope y'all can see that. One following the other up there. That's crazy, y'all. I've never seen one following another that close. And this other one that passed over a minute ago, they were, kind of close, if you ask me. How unusual to see 2 of them. I don't think I've ever seen 2 following each other. Maybe a jet. Those don't seem to be jets. They're not leaving a trail or anything. Wow. Well, they're not leaving a trail because it's cooler, obviously. But that is strange that you see 2 of them. I know you probably can't see them good, y'all. I hope you could see them at all. To me, that was amazing. I watched the sky And I know there's a lot of people out there in YouTube that are sky watchers. I can see why. I do like to watch it. And I've seen some strange things before. I'm not going to say they were UFOs. I'm just going to say I don't know what they were. And you never know what you're going to see around here. I mean, you got that airport, you know, about 25 miles away. But I've never seen two airliners, you know, following each other like that before. The only way I could see that is if it was like the president or something, you know, and then they would have another one behind it. I'm not saying that was the president. I'm just saying it was weird. Hey, our train, y'all. I heard it. Those chimes that I hear every now and then, they don't play every day. I don't know why, but the other day I wasn't filming. I think it was too cold or whatever it was reason. I was out here doing something early, and the chimes came on, and you could hear them just as clear as day, and they sounded beautiful. But like I said, stuff like that happens when you're not recording. Wow, we got all kinds of planes this morning. I hear the smaller ones. I don't see it yet though. Birds are happy. No, I don't see that plane. It must be behind the tree where I can see it. I wonder as it gets colder of the morning how it'll affect the garden. I know the frost is the main thing. I'm hoping we don't get a hard frost. I know you can cover them with like cheesecloth like stuff or something. I've never done that before, but might have to look into that. If y'all have a garden, and if y'all watching, let me know what you do, or if I have to do anything for this stuff. If we start getting some more frost. But as far as the afternoon temperatures, you know, all the way towards like Thanksgiving, it really usually gets pretty warm. Maybe by then the high would be like in the 60s. You know, with lows, you know, in the 30s. But then it starts to get real cold typically. Now we could have a different year this year where it turns colder faster. You just never know around here. There's our train. I wonder where it went. I'm feeling some better. When I got up this morning, my stomach was bothering me, but it's kind of settled down now. And once I take my, once I eat my breakfast and take my prednisone, I'll be feeling pretty good. That stuff makes me so hungry, though. Really, I overeat when I'm on prednisone, and it makes it to where I'm more hyper, and I'm already hyper enough. Even though physically I can't be too hyper, but I mean, my mind and I want to do things, I'm like hyper. I've always been that way, kind of. And the prednisone makes me even, you know, I can't sleep, I can't go to sleep, and if I wake up like to go to the bathroom, it's really hard to go back to sleep when I'm on it. And I know some of you that had mentioned that you were on it for different reasons have said kind of the same things. The one thing about it is it's cheap. My insurance pays every bit of it. It didn't cost anything. You know, usually we'll have a little something we have to pay, or you know, if it's up to a certain tier, above a certain tier it could be like $20 or something like that. And then if it's a higher tier, which I would have if I, you know, got something special, it would be like 40, I think. But most of them, like if I send it to the one that sends it by mail, and the doctor gives me a 3-month refills or whatever, they'll send me 3 months worth, and it doesn't cost me anything for most, just, you know, like blood pressure stuff or something for your heart, you know, different things, something for nausea, heart acid, stomach acid. See, I have to take 2 different ones for stomach acid because of my fistula. The acid in your, you know, stuff comes out of your stomach. It'll burn your skin. I mean, it leaves blisters on me. If any of y'all have had an ostomy before and had a stoma, the same thing would happen at the base of your stoma. You would have, I've had one before. I've had 2 bags at once before because they were going to put me back together, and the blisters form, you know, around that. But yeah, it looks all, it's always like that, always blistered, and it hurts really bad. It's right below my belt line, to beat all, so I can't wear a belt at all. It hurts. Just have to wear something with elastic waistband, or you know, a tie where you tie it. The first time that I had to have part of my colon taken out, and I went into septic shock, and I nearly died. I mean, but I was like 26, maybe 28. It was 1987, 5 days after Jackie was born, our daughter. Started feeling really bad, and then next thing you know, I was in the hospital. Then they thought it was appendix, and when they went in there, they realized it was, my colon was perforated, and some of the stuff came out during surgery, and I went into septic shock. It poisoned me, and I was in such good shape. I was working at Coca-Cola that they, you know, I was flopping around like a fish out of water, they said. I didn't even remember it. And it took 6 male orderlies to hold me down on the gurney. They said I was knocking them around like flies, you know. And yeah, I ended up, you know, they took some out, and they had to leave. Typically with stuff like that, they have to leave the incision open. And I'd missed 2 months of work. I'd never missed one day in 10 years. Not one day in 10 years. I got a pin in there for it. And that happened to me, and I was out for 2 months. They called me in, and they were going to let me go. Something about medical termination. So that's, you know, that's gratitude for you. And so I got my doctor to let me go back to work, but I had an open incision. I had an open wound. And I was a district manager, and you know, they ended up like putting me back on a truck. See, they were trying to probably run me off, I guess. And I had to deliver cokes with an open wound at my belt line, and I had to wear a belt. I mean, working like that, you have to have a belt. So I ended up wearing suspenders a lot, as you've seen in some of those pictures, some of my family photos. If you see me with suspenders, that was the time that I had that wound. And I must have been a tough one back then because I don't see how I did that. I really don't. That is some hardcore work delivering them. You know, back then we didn't use these tow motors and all this stuff. I mean, you did it all by hand. I'd roll 800-900 cases of drinks into Walmart for the weekend and unload every one of them by hand. When nowadays they use these tractor trailers and they just have these things like a lift, you know, manual lift to bring them in. And you don't have to even touch them. But back in the day, we touched every single case we delivered, you know, back then. So it was rough going. And that's how I hurt my shoulder back then too. My left shoulder's never been the same. That's just an old war story. I got a bunch of them. I tell every now and then. You know, it's been one thing after another. That's life. It's life. But you got to be positive, and you got to trust in God to make it. There's a cardinal. I hadn't seen them in a while. Come on over here and get some seeds. He's checking me out. Come on. He's on that rock. I hope y'all can see him. Pretty thing. Ooh, that looked like the hummingbird. I haven't had any nectar in those for a while. There's water in them though. I've noticed it get water. Wow, here's a different type of airplane, y'all. Two prop, it looks like. Wow. I like seeing different kinds of planes too. A lot going on. Here's another one that is coming this way, a small one. Wow, I can't believe all the planes today, y'all. There's that cardinal now. Go ahead. I'm gonna set this down. I don't want to scare it. Beautiful. It's kind of skinny. That food has vitamins and minerals and stuff, a coating on all of it. You need to fatten up a little bit. You got one eye on me and one eye on the seeds. Yeah, that little plane's going the other direction now. That's a lot of planes so far this morning. I don't know what happened to the train. I didn't hear it that much. I hear that other plane. I don't know what we're going to get into today. We plan on having that encrusted cod fillets that we got at Grocery Outlet. And we got some shrimp left we might have with it too. Not for sure. Something out of the freezer. I cooked those Black Angus cheddar bacon burger patties from Aldi last night and they were really good. I had some loaded instant potato mix, loaded potato, and we had some cinnamon applesauce with it. It's an easy meal to fix. I didn't feel like doing much. Joy didn't feel like it either. But but they were good. I put the Great Value brand of Heinz 57 sauce, their kind of it, on mine, and so did everybody else. Well, I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to relax, and hopefully the train will come back, but the birds sound pretty this morning. That sounds like a helicopter. It's a crazy day for planes and stuff. That's probably from the hospital. I hope it comes this way. I hate that it's out because usually somebody's hurt bad. I hear it, but I don't see it, so it must be going the opposite direction. Today was garbage day. If you heard that noise earlier, that was Joy bringing the garbage can back. Or cans. We had 2 of them today. We pay for that extra can, but it's worth it. I think we have to pay $30 a year for an extra one, but it comes in handy. Oh, okay. Yeah, in just a minute. Okay, everybody, I'm going to go with Joy. We've got to go to Kroger's and get some of my meds. So I'm going to go on for now, and I'll holler at everybody later on. Please press that like button, subscribe if you hadn't already, and hit that notification bell so that you get all my videos as soon as they come out. I'll see you later, everyone. Bye-bye.